You know what you are? You're a shmup.
You're a SNES.
Yeah, there you go.
I've never heard anybody say that back in the day.
Well, I do, so that's where I got it from.
You say it now.
Relax. You don't listen to anything. All right, let's do this. Come on. All right.
The Bond Door.
Bond Door.
The Bond Door.
What do you know about Bond Doors on this Classic Blend 76, Kenny?
I know that
Podcast
you
version.
like to wear the same shirt.
What are you looking at? You looking at my shirt?
Constantly.
Nobody saw this week. Nobody saw this shirt this week. What are you talking about? It's a new shirt this week. You didn't see this on any episodes this week.
Oh, gosh. It's been a long week, everybody. A lot of fun with Classic Blend 76.
That's right. It's been a heck of a week. We had some good ones here, though.
So what we do on the show...
We had some good ones.
We take some titles, randomly generated. We mush them together, make a sequel. That's our whole point, is we're going to create a shared universe, 80s shared universe, where every 80s movie is connected to every 80s movie somehow, somewhere. Every TV show is connected to every TV, toys to toys, cartoons, games, you name it.
Look, it's crazy here. It's just bonkers. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of mixing of things, a lot of blending.
A lot of blending. However, I hesitate to do the mashup thing. I don't like that.
I didn't say that.
I know.
I know
We
you
do
don't like
blend
it,
the
so I
stuff
didn't
together,
say
and
it.
what gets spat out is a sequel.
Oh.
Or a prequel or something.
Sometimes it's that harsh. Sometimes it's that harsh.
Sometimes it's regurgitated, Chris.
It is. Yeah.
Sometimes it's not exactly
good.
like,
Sometimes
I
it's
made a
not
burp.
good.
Sometimes it's violent, and
You're in the bathroom
I
for a
shouldn't
while.
have eaten that hot pepper. And how
Shouldn't have eaten at Moe's that
and then
night.
And then I realized I don't know why that hot dog wasn't chewed up. You know, like...
We've now gone into the realm of personal.
Gosh,
Yeah, no. Guys, if you are listening to this and you didn't know, there is a video version of this where you get to see our beautiful mugs on the YouTube channel and also see the videos that we are talking about from earlier in the week.
Yes.
And if you are watching this, we have an audio version of this if you want to take us on the go. And that's all we're going to say. We are streaming this live on Twitch right now, so if you're watching, hi, thanks for watching. We appreciate all your support. And you can watch us live. Anyway.
On Monday nights, Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m.
That's right. Kenneth, episode 76 movies saw us having two movies.
One movie called... Let's get the boring one out of the way.
What did you have again?
I had the stupid client.
Oh, the client,
The client.
I didn't write it down.
Joel Schumacher, fresh off of like Batman and Robin or something. Actually,
That was 94.
I'm going to fact check that.
Fact check that.
What year was Batman and Robin? 94?
No, the client was 94.
Oh, God, I know.
Home Alone, we had Home Alone. We also had Home Alone from 1990. The original Home Alone. The original classic Home Alone. We combined these two. Believe it or not, we combined these two. This movie, actually, I really like. And speaking of which...
What, Home Alone was a classic?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I enjoyed the movie that we made. What we did was we took... Wow, I almost said the word guys. Are
you trying not to do that too?
You've
been doing really well.
See?
You've been doing well.
So, all right. Side note, I do things that annoy Kenny, which are hilarious.
Yep.
But...
Oh, wow. Batman and Robin was 97.
Ooh, so the client was first.
The client was before Batman Forever.
Yeah. Which came first, Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? Batman Forever.
Yeah.
So, wow. Anyway, what I was saying was I do things or say things that Kenny...
He made DC Cab. That was with Mr. T. Remember that?
Oh, wow. That's right. Yeah. And we'll tell you about it. He
directed St. Elmo's Fire. He directed Flatliners. He directed
Flatliners
Falling Down. He directed
Joel Schumacher did all that? He's more versatile than I thought.
Batman Forever, A Time to Kill, Batman and Robin, 8mm.
No way, really?
Phone Booth.
Get out of here. Those are some solid movies, man.
Yeah, good for him.
You know what? Schumacher, you have redeemed yourself for Batman movie. For Batman and Robin.
It's crazy because you look at his...
You have redeemed yourself.
You look at his portfolio here.
Although I like Batman and Robin. Come on.
No, stop.
Mr. Freeze, man. Come on.
You look at this portfolio that he has going here, and the only eyesores are like... I don't know what he was thinking with the Batman movies, man. He killed Batman for years.
Wow.
This guy.
What are you going to
do?
This guy. Anyway, to finish my thought, I make conscious efforts to not do annoying... Not for his sake, but for my sake, as if I'm repeating the word guys all the time. I don't want to do that. If I'm making a weird lip-smacking noise, I don't want to do that. You know, I want to seem professional, because I am a professional. I don't care about this guy. Anyway, going back to what we said previously.
Oh, what?
Whoa. Shots
whoa.
fired. We just got a comment that said Michael Keaton was a horrible Batman. Listen, you're not completely wrong. You're not completely wrong. I won't say he's the best Batman.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say he was.
He's my Batman. I don't think he was the best.
Michael Keaton is my Batman.
But when you compare, okay?
That's going on the board.
He's got the what? Michael Keaton's my Batman.
Michael Keaton is my
When
Batman.
he's got the fro, and he's got the turtleneck, and he's so little. You know what I mean? I like Michael Keaton. You know what it is? It was his bravado, man. That was his thing, man. That's why I like him, because he had this. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts.
Like,
that's going on the board
so
too.
Good. You want to get nuts?
Yeah, you want to get nuts? Just right. You want to get nuts. ... You know. All right. So let's get on to what we did. So what we did for Home Alone and The Client was the client. The Client.
Man.
If you don't know what The Client was, it was a movie about a kid who was a witness who saw or whatever. And the mob's chasing this kid or whatever, right? Home Alone, you know what Home Alone is. What we did was we took the Wet Bandits from Home Alone and we made it that they were trying to get into the mob and they couldn't because they suck, because they're just like low life criminals, low level criminals. They get wind that Kevin and his friend Mark from The Client.
Well,
Mark from The Client.
And Kevin just happened to be there.
Kevin is his friend. They both
were going out with them. Yeah.
They're both going to
take them out or something.
Yeah, the mob is going to get to them. So the Wet Bandits decide to do a noble thing and keep them from getting, whacked or whatever.
And then they inadvertently or, comically, slapstickily.
They're going to be
take the mob out from the inside.
And this time they're helping, yeah.
Yes.
We call this the Wet Bandits, and I really enjoy that title. One reason because it's saying, hey, this is not a movie about Kevin McAllister anymore. This is about these guys. Number two, it's one of the first movies that we've actually made a title that is not a combined title.
We've done that in the past, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's far and few in between, dude.
Yeah, no.
But I enjoyed it. What you will find out as we keep going is that this whole episode we did really well with that. We didn't really combine titles. 76 was a good. See, it's a good number, man. It's a good number. So anyway, that was that. Yeah, I don't know. Home Alone was a great movie, man. I don't have any other thoughts about it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Home Alone.
It was a good movie.
Good movie, bad video game. I remember going to Electronics Boutique back in the day.
Oh my God, EB.
And buying Home Alone for the Super NES based on photos from EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, that showed like... and it looked so real because the Super NES was still fairly new at the time. And what year was that? Because the Super NES came out in 91.
90.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. And it looked so real, and I was like, man... it looks so real. Like, it looks just like the movie.
Yeah.
And all it was a still shot of him doing that.
Yeah.
And I bought the game, and I'm playing it, and I'm, like, running around as Kevin, and I'm, like, jumping on beds, and there's, like, stupid balls flying up in the air, or stupid stuff, like ironing boards. I don't even remember what the heck was in the game.
It was bad.
And I was like, this is horrible. And they had a return policy at the time, and I remember returning that game. And I got Hole-in-One Golf. Hal's Hole-in-One Golf.
Oh.
And I bought that because my friends and I loved playing Jack Nicklaus Turbo Golf on the TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah.
Like, we used to get together and play Jack Nicklaus Turbo Golf with the loading screens. Every time you wanted to, like, turn, like, the ball's here, and I want to hit it this way. No, I want to hit it that way. So you had to turn and walk around the ball. Every time you hit the button, dude, it would just go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Or I think maybe it was top down or side to side.
Doesn't matter.
The loading,
it
was just black, and it would just, like, load the screen. I want to say it was, like, side to side, where it would just, like, load.
But you dealt with it. But you did it.
Did every time.
So
and then Hal's Hole-in-One Golf came out.
Did you play it? Were you friends?
And it was all, like, top down and weird and stuff. And, yeah, we used to play it all the time. We used to play, like, 4-player matches.
All right, well, at least you got
golf.
it, you know.
But we used to call it, like, Home Alone Golf. Because it was like, he had it because he traded in Home Alone for Hole-in-One, and it sounded like he was saying, like, Hole-in-One Golf.
I get it.
Home-Alone Golf. It like sounds the exact same thing.
All right. So let's move on to TV. So in the TV section, Kenny had a show called TNT with Mr. T, and I had Star Search. So
another game that I bought for the Super NES back in the day and returned, Populous. I remember hearing Populous was such a big game on the PC.
Sounds so.
Did you ever play it?
I had it on the PC. Yeah,
you did, right?
Yeah.
And I got that game, and I tried so hard. I think I got it like Babbage's or something. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
But
I
that's
can't.
the thing. Why again? Games like that are not made for console. You know what I mean? Movie license games are always terrible.
Yes, and I had a thing back in the day on the NES to get every movie licensed game.
You live about 25 minutes from that Home Alone house. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Take pictures of it. Send them to us on social media. If you ever pass it again.
If you're on social media.
Yeah, if you're on social media.
I don't choose to be. It's out of necessity. My so-called life.
Okay.
But
Kenny's still going through his teenage years. No, so Star Search and TNT. TNT was Mr. T and this lady. It was Turner and Tickle.
Amy Taylor.
Taylor.
And the way I wrote the L and the E makes it look like I wrote Amy Tater. And I had to force myself not to say Tater every time I looked at her stupid name because you just kept asking me.
Let me see.
You kept asking me, and it kind of looks like there's a T.
It does say Tater. It says Tater.
But it's Taylor or Taylor. That's why I kept saying Taylor during the
Wait, there's
the
no
episode.
Y? It's
there's
just
no Y.
T-A-L-E-R?
Unless they goofed up on the Wikipedia, man. I mean, anybody can edit that
Exactly.
stuff.
It's probably
But
wrong.
I don't know. It's
Did you look at it
T-A-L-E-R. I didn't
on
look it up.
IMDb?
I don't care.
All right, so TNT was about Mr. T and this lady. I still don't know what it's about. Are they vigilantes? She's a lawyer.
She's helped keep. He had a troubled youth, and she's trying to help.
Yeah, but you keep saying he had a troubled youth, but it looked like he's older than her. I don't understand this dynamic.
Don't worry about it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Don't worry about it.
He was a kid last week, and now he's a 45-year-old man with chains and a leather jacket, and she's a lawyer from the outer city, and they're teaming up. And what are they doing? What are you doing, TNT? Like, what are you doing? Are they vigilantes?
Matter. Dude, it lasted longer than you did on TV. It lasted 3 years. All right?
No, it lasted 2 years. 2 seasons only.
No, it lasted
we
3.
did a third season.
No, we did a 4th.
What?
There were 3.
Oh, you said that's right. The first season was action. The second season was not much action.
Yes.
The third season was action, but they added that third guy.
Dude, yeah.
Our fourth season of this TNT show, we took out the third guy because he didn't work out, and we took the Star Search whole thing where you have to search for talent, and every episode they're looking for someone to be the third T.
Yeah.
And what do we call it again? Oh, we called it Initial T, meaning their first name has to be a T. So
or their initial.
Oh, their first initial.
or last name.
Okay.
Has to be a T.
So if like your name is Kurt, like Ken's example from the episode.
Yeah.
And the T's at the end of your first, like that doesn't really work.
There might be an exception. This guy's perfect.
This guy's really good.
Let's
he does
make
really
an exception.
well.
He's got a T in his name,
Yeah.
man.
So we said every episode they were going to can the person and be like, nope, you didn't make the cut. Or sometimes at the end of the episode there'd be you just might make it, a to be continued. And then the beginning of the next episode be like, you know what, he didn't make it. Let's get someone else.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
You can't get guest stars for 2 episodes in a row.
Dude, Star Search, man. They Arsenio Hall tried bringing it back, man, in 03. It did not work. 03 to 04.
This stuff doesn't work. You know why?
Because it was also on the heels of American Idol. It's like, you're not.
These talent shows need to go.
No, people love them, dude. They're not going anywhere.
If you were good, you'd be discovered by the record companies on your own.
Dude, they're never going to.
And now it's just a bunch of people.
It's going to turn into Running Man. Relax, it'll be Running Man. It'll get good sooner or later.
Yeah.
One day it'll get good.
One day when it'll get good. Not as good as Spinja.
I guess we're moving to toys.
We're moving to toys, yeah.
You had a dumb toy named Spinja.
Yeah.
Or maybe not that dumb.
It's not that dumb. It's actually kind of cool.
I had Thundercats.
He did. Gosh, talk about Thundercats again.
I love Thundercats.
Who did you have? What figures did you have? I remember having Mumra, the big blue, green, tealish looking Mumra with the headdress on, right? All that stuff. The second time I said headdress recently.
Okay.
That's such a weird thing.
Go on.
I said that about Tila.
Tila, yeah. Well, no, but they were apropos. That was,
I know. That's what
they had headdresses.
So
very similar ones too, because his were snakes, Tila's was a snake.
Yeah, was it a snake
Yeah.
and everything? It's crazy, right? So there's this weird thing. I don't know. There's a weird thing that I'm going to tell you about. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow, dude. So, what was I saying? Oh,
headdress.
Yeah, I had Mumra, but then there was the mail-away Mumra. With the cane, the dude who was like old with the cane and everything like that. He was kind of like the Emperor, right? He didn't have moving legs.
It was Mumra before he turned.
Yeah.
I had him. I had the regular. So my brother had Mumra and I had Lion-O.
Yeah.
He always wanted the bad guys, which worked out well for me because I always wanted the good guys. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Timberlake. There you go.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Just him or
many people, but he also
I know, but the whole
then he went
thing.
Oh, I don't know, but no, they weren't. No, not all of them were. But he went to Disney, the Disney Mickey Mouse Club with most of those people, Britney Spears. And, anyway,
I don't know.
back to Thundercats. So Yeah, I had. My brother always got the bad guys. I always got the good guys. I had Lion-O. I had Panthro. I had all of them. I had all the main
I
guys.
had Lionel, Munmara.
Let me ask you
that's
this.
all I think I
Let me
really
ask you
had.
this.
Who
Let
else
me ask
was
you
there?
this. Oh, I told you I was going to look up. I'll
Look up some
I'll look 'em
figures
up.
because I believe
But-
I only had the 2 Mumras. I had Lion-O. I don't think I had Panthro.
I loved. I had.
I want to see. I want to see figures. I don't want to see
Yeah, hold on. I got you.
cartoon versions of them or anything like that.
Here's the thing. Did you tell me about the movie? Remember the movie?
Thundercats movie?
They got. Yeah, you didn't know.
No. I don't
Are
know
you
about
serious?
that.
You didn't know that Thundercat movie?
No.
Oh my god, I loved it because they brought in Bengali. They brought in a whole.
Sergeant Slaughter?
No, Bengali was the whatchamacallit.
Show me pictures.
I am.
Of
hold
the
on.
toys.
Is this it? This is it right here. I looked at this before. I don't know why I
These
put
are
it
the
on
toys.
here. Yeah, dude, they got a whole bunch of characters, man. Nope, not the miniatures. Hold on. Is this where they were? I think this is where I saw them.
Thundercats.org.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the.
Is that why you're talking about 5-inch figures?
No.
Because you're talking about miniatures?
No, it said it on Wikipedia, dude. You think I'm lying to you? I'm not lying to you.
Up on my thing. I don't know what's
So anyway,
going on.
you didn't have any of these things or what? Tell me.
I had Thundercats. I want to see a picture.
Did you have Cat's Lair?
I don't think so. I had Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull.
You should have had them, dude. You should have had them.
Figures.
Castle Grayskull, that was a good one too.
Images. That's all I want, man. Like, I don't why it's taking so long to find this. You drive me nuts. That's all I
Well,
wanna
you
say.
can look at them up yourself,
That's all I
man.
want to say. Always up. Thanks for the permission.
I had it because I had a page that I went
okay.
to.
All right, hold on a second. I definitely had Lion-O because I remember his glove. It was like it just kind of clipped on the side of it, right?
I want to tell you something about that too. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I had. Oh gosh, what was his name?
Snarf?
Snarf. I don't know how I forgot his name. Bad
them.
Dudes. Yeah, I definitely had Mumra. I remember these stupid things
There
that
it
you put in their back.
This is it here. I think this is what I'm looking
I
for.
don't think I had him. I think I had a friend who had the big green looking
Okay, so
troll dude.
here are these guys. These are all the guys. So you had Bengali was the white Bengal tiger. Remember Burble Bill and Burble Bell and Burble Bert?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't remember them. This guy lost his head thing.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
have I didn't have them. I didn't
Remember
have this teddy
Hachi
bear.
Man?
Yeah, see, this is
Remember
the dude.
Groon the Destroyer?
Dude, I want to say I only had.
That's Groon.
Nope. I think
Okay.
I only had
That guy's
Lion-O
Captain Shiner.
and the 2 Mumras.
They had Linkso, Lion-O,
all I had.
Mongor, Monkeyan was the wolf guy. I mean the monkey dude. Pumra, Bam
Wait,
Bam.
Pumra?
Yeah, Pumra was a female.
No, I
A
didn't.
new female. Anyway, what the movie did was brought in these new characters that were from Dundera. And it was I gotta watch this movie again. It was so good. It was such a good movie.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
I didn't have.
so I don't know, man. These toys, and then they had the little ring that had the battery.
I thought I had a bunch of Thundercats, but I guess I didn't. Look at these guys.
Yeah. Hachi Man was awesome because he was a samurai, and I loved
didn't have
samurai.
Panthro.
Hence why I use Ronin for everything.
That's absolutely
Vulture
insane. There's
Man.
Monkey
Yep.
Man. Vulture Man. That's crazy. Wow. I guess I only had. I might have had.
I Groon the Destroyer.
Slithe.
Slide. Yeah.
I might have had him. He's the only other one that looks familiar to me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I had him. I think my friend might have had him.
They were good stuff, man. They were
Wow.
fun. They were fantastic toys. I love them very, very much.
Evil
I
mutants,
miss them
they
a
call
lot.
them. Good Thundercats and evil mutants.
Yeah.
So anyway, Thundercats.
Here's the thing with Lion-O. So you know he had the thing that clipped on his arm.
Yeah.
But what did he do when he wasn't using the sword in the cartoon? Remember?
What did he do when he wasn't using
Where
the sword?
where was the mitt? Where was the glove? Where did it sit? It sat on his waist.
Okay.
Remember?
I bet
And
I don't.
he he'd put the sword in it like a holster, like a sheath.
Oh, gotcha.
So what I used to do is I would take up my dad always had like machine parts and like little doodads and things. He always had these little rubber bands. And I had little red rubber bands, right? That I would attach the gauntlet to his thigh, and I'd put the sword in there, and it fit perfectly,
Really?
dude. And so I could have him have that on his thigh. And I thought I was the most clever person in the world.
That is pretty clever.
I loved it. I loved doing that.
Yeah.
And they had the little ring. Remember I was saying they had the little ring with the battery that you put in the back of Lion-O and Mumra.
But that was the thing about when I had, figures like this, because in the cartoon he had the sword and it was a tiny little thing.
Well,
And then it got bigger as, thunder, thunder, thunder.
I'm gonna tell you what I did.
You cut.
I had 2 swords. I had 3 swords actually.
Oh, really?
I stole them from my friends.
Nice.
Well, no. My one friend gave me his sword, and then I stole another one.
By the way, I have a running inventory of everything that I have here. If I find the Ultra Magnus is missing, I know who took it.
Nah, if I want to see him, he's right there. I know where he is now. I don't need him anymore. I don't got room for him. But I did. I had multiple swords of him. So what I would cut down the other one, I trim it down. Remember how you used to go crazy on your things? I trim it down, and then
Really?
that's the one I would put in his thing. Well, before I did that, I had the long sword sitting in his little holster. But then I trimmed it down. I was able to do that.
Really? It used to bother me also because you'd have like Luke Skywalker. Let's say Luke Skywalker, the one that I had, the Jedi Knight version, right? Mm-hmm. So he had the cloak and the green lightsaber.
Right.
And it was kind of like, it could never be just a hilt.
No, it was just a sword.
And it was kind of like, oh,
yeah.
You know?
That's the only thing. Except the original ones had them in the arm, remember?
Yeah. My Darth Vader had it in the arm.
But the only problem was it was like, you know, like it was.
Well,
I didn't like that, you know. But either way, look, Thundercats, one of the best. I mean, the cartoons, they were yelling at each other. That was their normal speech. If you go back and watch that now,
but that's the thing,
they're
man.
literally yelling it. But not every cartoon.
They don't make anything like that anymore, though. That's the thing.
I love it.
And that's where I brought it up on this show before, is fixing something that's not broken.
Then they went and redid another one like
this
2011.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know. No. What I'm saying is, you fix something that's not broken, and you say you need to have value in children's programming. Us kids of the '80s. And earlier, there was nothing wrong with us. We didn't grow up broken.
Right.
So they didn't need to fix anything. You know what I'm saying? But they did. And I feel like kids today might have a more difficult time knowing good from bad, right from wrong, which is why you're getting stupid issues that kids seem to be having every day in the news, because they can't discern right from wrong, because they're not taught that. They're just taught sharing and feelings, and you're special,
and everybody gets a trophy.
Yes, that's my issue, and that's as far as I.
It's okay if you fail because it doesn't mean anything. You don't have to learn anything from it. Like, yeah.
But the thing is, yes, you do, because there are lessons and all that stuff, and it's okay to see, because we knew guns were bad, we knew swords were bad. We're like, don't hit somebody with that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like kids today don't have that. And they kind of get curious, and they're like, oh, what can I do with this? And they end up shooting people up.
Yeah, there's like a disconnect or something. I don't know. Anyway, we don't want to get into all that stuff. But yeah, I agree. And hey, man, that's why we're still here, man.
Bring it back.
Because we don't want to leave it, because this is the whole thing. All right, let's move on to the last part of this. We have 2 games in Classic Blend 76 games. I'm going to tell you something. You had Super Huey UHX. You
can't say it.
IX.
No,
UHX
say it 3 times fast. Go.
Super Huey.
You can look at it when you say it.
Oh, Super Huey UHIX. Now,
say it 2 more times. Look at it.
UHIX.
No,
Super Huey UHIX. Super Huey UHIX. Super Huey UHIX.
Super Huey UHIX.
Yeah.
Did you say it?
Is the IX supposed to be like 9?
I don't know.
UH9?
Chris,
I like to think it's 9.
The game didn't speak to me.
It was 78. Atari 7800. Oh, Atari 7800. What were you doing? What were you thinking? This game was actually pretty cool, though. Oh, by the way, I had Adventure Island 2, Aliens in Paradise on the Game Boy. Yay.
This game seems to run smoother than a lot of first-person simulators on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I remember playing a lot of those games on the Genesis, like the
not Urban Strike.
No, Urban Strike was like a top-down kind of thing. But I'm talking about like the Stealth Fighter. They had the gosh, I forget what they called it. It wasn't called the what the heck did they call that thing? The Nighthawk or something like that. They called it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
FA-117, something like that. Okay, they had on the Genesis. But the actual version, no, the F-22. Remember F-22?
Mm-hmm. We had that.
Yeah, we had it.
We had that game on
but
the
it
show.
Wasn't the Raptor. It was like the code name for it.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, which is kind of weird. But those games, I remember them being very like... and now, don't get me wrong.
7800.
Super Huey was like that, but I just feel like there was... Maybe because the graphics weren't as complex and the background was just nothing but green.
Yeah.
That it seemed... It gave the perception
I agree.
Of running more
I
smoothly.
agree. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I like the real you said it had this real mode where you had to
Yeah,
take
you had to
off,
take off and go bomb,
and you had to
and
go do
shoot
missions
people
and
down.
stuff. Like,
and
I
clear
like
the
that
skies.
mode. I would have played that
That's
mode.
kind of
I
cool.
would have done
and
training
the cool thing
that
is,
mode.
the instruction booklet for the game was written like, these are top secret information. You can't share this with anybody. And they did all this, and they gave like the specifications of it and everything. And it's really kind of neat.
I like
you
when
know?
they did that stuff.
It's made by Atari too. Kind
okay.
of neat. But let's talk about the Atari 7800 for a second. Before we get to your Adventure Island 2, Aliens in Paradise. We don't have to. That sounds ridiculous. There was a Hulk Hogan movie called Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, there was.
That this reminds me of every single time.
And it was a boat.
It was a boat.
No, it was a show.
It was a show.
You said movie. It was a show. It was a show, Thunder in Paradise, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a stealth boat.
You're right.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm thinking of Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando. Not a bad movie. That was a pretty fun movie.
Anyway, Atari 7800. You had one?
I'm going to get you, Ramsey.
Why was it called the Atari 7800? We'll give you a little bit of trivia out there. Why was it called 7800?
I don't know. Yeah, tell me.
There was an Atari 2600.
Right. Did it have to do with the...
And then they had the Atari 5200.
Yeah, right?
Had them together, Chris. What do you get?
76. Wow, really?
What do you get?
Oh, 52. Oh, 78. What did I say? 76?
78.
Oh, because we said 76.
You get the 7800.
Episode 76.
So that was their next system, right? So they had the 2600, the 5200, then they like...
Oh, because they doubled it. Because they
didn't double it. They
26.
added.
What's 26 plus 26?
Get out of town.
52.
Get out of town. How did I not know that?
Know that.
I'm sorry. I hit you so
right,
hard.
man.
What? I've always been so proud of the fact that I knew they added up to 7800, and I never once thought that 26 doubled was 52.
See what I'm saying?
They just added 26 to get 52. Then they added another 26. Oh, gosh.
Look at that. You learned something.
Anyway,
7800.
man, what a system that was.
The funny thing about 7800, and we've said this multiple times, is that Kenny opted to get a 7800 over an NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System, back in '85.
Why didn't you call it the NES?
Because you'll have you'll have a friggin' aneurysm if I do.
So here's the thing. Here's the deal. What a good system.
Was it? Yeah.
Pole position 2 at home?
I don't remember. I mean, I had it.
Where else are you getting pole position 2 at home? You know what I mean?
You're not, I guess.
I used to play that on the cruise. I went on a cruise when I was in 5th grade, and they had an arcade. They had Super Mario Brothers in there. Yes, Super Mario Brothers in the arcade on there. And they had Dune Buggy or something like that, like Dune Racer, Buggy Racer, something like that, some kind of Dune Buggy game. And then they had, guess what? Pole position 2 on the system with the steering wheel. And guess what? My older sister learned from somebody else on the ship, some boy or something like that if you just hit the coin slot, it would start the game.
So did it work?
So she showed me that you hit the coin slot and it would start the game.
For that particular
So I'd
machine.
go in there, and even though I had no quarters, I'm going to go to the arcade. Okay, whatever. And I go to the arcade, and I, boom, hit it, and it would start, and I'd play the game.
Nice.
And that was it. So I kept getting like
If you
free
died,
games of
would you
pole position
continue?
2.
You had to hit it again?
Boom, another quarter, you're done.
Wow.
So I don't know if there was something like lodged in there the way it worked or what it was, but you just
That's cool.
smacked it or
That's
kicked
a
it or
fun-
whatever
that's a
like
fun-
that.
That's a little fun tidbit right there.
That was a little tidbit.
I had Adventure Island 2.
We're not done talking about the Atari 7800. What games did you have for that? You said you had an Atari 7800.
I really don't remember. That's the thing, man.
There was a game called Desert Falcon that I wanted so badly on that system, and I can never find it. And the only one you can ever see, like
Not even
every
from
time I went to
consumers?
Service merchandise. Every time I went to Toys R Us, they had those flaps for the games, and I'd see Desert Falcon, and I'd be like, next time, next. It was like Rhodey and Iron Man, the first one. Next time, baby. You see it, and it'd be like, it'll be in stock. I went there for like a year straight or 2 years or something like that, and it was never in stock. But they always had the stupid Atari 2600.
Why didn't you like order it and pick
I just
it
couldn't
up?
do it. Come on, man, really? I don't know.
I'm just saying, man.
I have no idea.
What was it called?
Desert Falcon.
What was it?
What was it? It was like a top-down kind of Zaxxon-y kind of Xevious kind of game.
Ugh.
I had Xevious too. Xevious was a really good game.
We had ZVs, remember?
And those little mirrors that would come by and you'd hit them and everything like that. It was good
So
stuff.
Atari 700 was the first backwards compatible system.
It could have very well been.
Yeah, I think we knew that. Yeah, we talked about that already. Remember? They played 2600 games, we said.
Well, I know it did, but that was another reason
you're saying
why
it was the
that
first
was
one that
another
did
reason
it.
why I didn't get the NES and I got the 7800 because
You
trying to
had-
convince my mom, hey, I need a 7800. Why? Because it'll play all those old games.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's worth it.
Yeah.
And then there you go, you know. And even though there was a new version of Miss Pac-Man on the system, I still had the 2600 version that I played all the time. You know?
No, so what?
But it didn't matter because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I wanted a new game like Food Fight, where else are you going to play Food Fight? The 7800, Chris. Food Fight for the 7800 was awesome. Robotron's...
I can play Food Fight whenever I want because when I stole Food Fighters, those toys, from McCrory's when I was a kid, and my dad caught me.
Good.
Me and my brother, we stuffed them in our pockets, and he caught us.
Good.
So I couldn't play Food Fight.
Thief.
I couldn't.
That's the first place I played Super Mario Brothers 3. They had like the little NES thing there. You put a quarter in there and you could like play a game.
Oh, wow.
For time, it was like a time limit.
Yeah.
That was the only place that nobody had Super Mario Brothers 3 in stock.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you went to the food court and they had it there, and nobody knew about it. It seemed it was always empty, and me and my friend would always just go there and pump quarters into this thing and play Super Mario Brothers 3. It was great.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Are we done with the 7800? Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. Look,
sure.
Adventure Island 2, I just want to say this about it. Mm-hmm. It's really Adventure Island 3 on Nintendo, and they named it Adventure Island 2 on Game Boy here in the States. And that's all I'm going to say about it, and that's dumb. And it's aliens, and you could crash in this game. You could crash in this game. Okay? That's what they did for Master Higgins.
You know what they did on the Game Boy with the Mega Man games?
What?
They had Mega Man 2 come out, then Mega Man 3 come out, right? Mm-hmm. And they were like Mega Man, the digit 2, like the number. Mm-hmm. Mega Man 3. And then when it came out on Game Boy, it was Mega Man 2, Roman numerals 2. Mega Man 3, Roman numerals 3. Isn't that weird? That's what they did.
They're dumb. What are you going to do?
It's kind of weird when you get that stuff. But the Final Fantasy, when they came out in Japan, when 7 came out here, I think only, I want to say 3 was out on Super NES. And then they went right to 7, and everybody's like, what the heck happened? But there were a bunch of games in the series that were never translated for North America.
Yeah.
So even though it was the third game that we got on the Super NES, it wasn't really the third game. It was like the 6th or something like that. You know?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's what they do, man. So for localization.
I know, but they skipped a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII was my favorite Final Fantasy.
I had no favorite Final Fantasies. I remember getting that game back in the day and playing it, and I got to that first save point, like after the first, I think they were like, what were those things, like reactors or something?
Yeah.
And you went to the reactor, and I was like, I'm done. Here's the deal. There was a friend I had who had Final Fantasy 3 or something. He's like, check this game out, it's awesome. And I was like, wow, the music's really cool and everything like that, but why are you walking around and all of a sudden just a fight out of nowhere?
I hated that.
You know what I mean? And I hated it. And I was like, oh, the PlayStation, you know, it's on CD, 3 CDs, and it's this big game, and the graphics are awesome, and there's voices and fantastic music, all this stuff. It's not going to be like that. And I played it, and that instantly came back to me going, this is why I never wanted to play Final Fantasy. Because I don't want to just walk around and just automatically random battle. Because I made it to I was like almost dead at one point, and I got to the top of the screen, and guess what? I was almost out, and it just goes, the last step I took, goes, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yep, I know.
So, meanwhile, Square came out with Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Right, which was kind of like an action RPG.
Yes.
Right, that you still, well, I guess you could walk around and everything, but you did do the fighting, the turn-based or whatever. And it made sense because I can avoid the enemies if I wanted to.
You're right.
I knew where I couldn't go. I could see them on the screen, and I like that. However, Final Fantasy, I don't know what the deal is with it, but they're a bunch of jerks.
I don't know. Final Fantasy, and now they're up to 15, and they have 14 and all this stuff, and all this crazy stuff, and whatever. This game is not Final Fantasy, it's Adventure Island.
I know.
I just want to finish off.
It's weird with the naming.
I just want to finish off that we decided to combine these two games, because that's what we did. We combined these two games. We called it Master Huey, and he's flying dinosaur.
Master Huey.
Gyrocopters or whatever, and
made out of dinosaur bones.
Made out of dinosaur bones, yeah.
Because he's ingenious.
He's ingenious. No, he's ingenious.
Ingenious? Ingenuity. Ingenious.
Okay.
Is that a word?
No.
Can be.
It can be if you like. What are you looking at? Lava lamp? What is that thing?
I don't know. Something flying around over there.
No, we got a flying thing around down here.
Just loaves insects.
Oh my god! So our last studio, we had a bunch of spider crickets, and they were I hated them.
You hated them.
You ever see a spider cricket? You've seen a spider cricket.
If you haven't seen a Spike Cricket, look it up. Spaz. It was originally going to be called The What?
The what? We're waiting. We're waiting with bated breath. Yeah, look, we're kind of petering out here. It's been a long week.
I have no rants this week.
No, we didn't rant this episode.
You want me to rant about something? What
No,
do you want me to rant
no.
about?
Well, you did just do a little rant about Final Fantasy. You do.
a little bit.
Listen. It's not hard to get you to rant even a little about something.
I'm
Or
passionate.
me either. I guess me
I
either.
like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like.
Who,
Oh gosh,
Who-
it's going somewhere.
who rants who rants better? You and me.
Who rants better?
Oh no. Who
I don't
rants?
know. I can't-
Who
I can't.
rants the easiest?
I don't know.
I say
You get easily frustrated with things.
I get frustrated with like our technology when it
I
doesn't
know when
work.
it doesn't work, and I get easily ranty with things.
You know,
It was originally going to be called The What?
we need to know. Here's the thing, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it an evening. We're gonna call it a show. We do want to thank.
We're probably going to call it one.
Yeah, we do want to thank you guys for joining us. Keep it a little low key.
Man, thanks to Spaz for engaging and talking with us.
Thanks to
I really
Spaz.
do appreciate it.
Thanks to Mountain. You guys were awesome. Thanks for chatting with us in chat.
Oh, what?
What? Oh, you didn't know Mountain was there?
No, Mountain Stars, what's up?
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for chilling out. Thank you for following. Thanks for all the support. If you guys want to see the episodes Monday through Thursday, all the where we reveal these things initially, that's all on YouTube. They're edited. It's also on Twitch. We stream this live on
okay.
Twitch.
The Spaz said 7800 was going to be called the 3600 first. I stopped because you guys moved on. Yeah, that's cool. We appreciate it. You can always finish a thought.
Hey,
We'll always
finish
go
your
back to it or
thought,
anything
man.
like
That's
that.
what it's
We want you
about.
to be a part of the conversation also.
Yeah.
So,
So again, that's why we do this live. If I haven't, I think I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
We do this live on Twitch every Monday night. You can catch these edited videos
I didn't know that the 3600. That's interesting, huh?
3600.
Because they wanted it to be like a sequel to the 2600, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Because the 5200 didn't do too well.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's kind of like when they're going back to RoboCop, and they're just axing
I don't want to
the
talk
other
about
ones.
that. I don't want to talk about that.
What, you're upset?
Yeah, I'm upset about that.
Because RoboCop 2 isn't going to... RoboCop 2 is stupid.
No, it's not.
Stupid.
It's great.
He got ripped apart by children.
It's
stupid.
It's a great.
You know what? In
movie.
hindsight, back in the day, I remember this movie with RoboCop getting with the weird RoboCop 2 creature, right? The Kane guy, and I remember that. And then I remember a separate story of kids ripping apart RoboCop, and then I remembered that. Oh yeah, there was a movie where RoboCop had the jetpack, and I was like, I think I saw that in bits and pieces, and my mind put together from years past that the movie with the kids ripping apart RoboCop was RoboCop 3, the one where he was flying around with the jetpack, because it's stupid. It's stupid, Chris. Dumb. And then I was like, all right, I have the RoboCop trilogy, right, that I got on DVD or
I don't
whatever
have
like that. I gave it to you.
Yeah.
So RoboCop, awesome movie.
Yeah.
RoboCop 2, I started watching it, and I honestly thought that's those scenes, or the scene with RoboCop getting ripped apart by children, was in the third one. And I'm watching it, and it's happening in there, and there's like these children that rule this. What is going on? The worst thing I have ever seen. And the funny thing is, it is made by Irvin Kershner, the same director as The Empire Strikes Back. And I'm like, one of the literal worst movies I've ever seen, and one of the best movies I've ever seen, are made by the same director. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, I got him to rant, so there you go. I definitely got you to rant on that one. And hey, RoboCop 2 is a good movie. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. As I was saying.
Stop. Stop.
Now, look, so we do these videos every weekday. You can check them out. This podcast comes out every Friday on iTunes or any MP3 things and on YouTube. It's good stuff. We stream live on Twitch and on YouTube when our equipment's working. We'll stream both at the same time. You can get to us at Retro Squat on any of the social media platforms, the one of your choice. We do have a show called Do You Even 80s, Bro? It's on our YouTube channel. Check it out. It's a fun trivia show. Sometimes I 80s, sometimes Ken does, sometimes neither of us do. But we always have a good time. Yes. Now that's a good plug. That's a good tagline.
That's a good time. So check this out. If you want to be involved, be involved. Make some artwork, make some concept art. We'll check it out.
Send us ideas for trivia.
Ideas for trivia shows that you want to see. Chris did use one of the ideas. 80s sci-fi.
One or two?
Yeah.
Might have used, no, I think one. I think
80s sci-fi was brought to us, and Chris did use that for his.
Suggestions,
yeah,
that's it.
suggestions.
That's all we want.
It works. We want to shape the channel into what you want to see. We've thrown it out there. Commentaries, like when we unlock a show, like this. Past week we unlocked The Client and Home Alone. Now we can watch those movies.
We can do commentaries for you.
We can do The Client commentary. If you want The Client, we'll do that.
I want to do Home Alone so bad.
You want to do Home Alone? We'll do Home Alone. We also want to do Voyage of the Rock Aliens, and we also want to do Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, and then there's plenty of other.
There are plenty of other movies.
Plenty of other.
Yes.
We've got a year and a half's worth. We've got. What do we got? 76 episodes?
Yeah, 76.
So we've got 75 because there's one episode we didn't. We got about
confusing.
We got
Don't worry
75.
Don't worry about our
yeah.
Final Fantasy like naming conventions.
Oh,
numbering.
we stopped. Looks like we're getting into a fight. So here we go. You know.
So listen up. Let us know what commentaries you want to see on our archive. We have a whole archive of movies. Check out our videos, and you want to see that stuff. We'll do that stuff for you. Games. You want to see us play some games? You want to see us play Super Huey, UHIX? We'll play it.
Oh, we'll play it.
We'll
play it for you. Yeah. That's it.
That's all we have to say about
That's
that.
the
So
outro.
again, thanks to Spaz, thanks for Mountain Stars for hanging out with us, thanks Enrique for stopping in at some point.
And that's it. We're gonna see you guys on the next episode. Kenny, say an 80s thing.
80s don't the 80s don't love you like the 80s.
80s don't love you like the 90s do.
80s don't love you like the 80s love me.
Oh, okay, there you go. Kind of like mine better, but okay. It's good.
The 80s don't love you like the 90s do. That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, 90s don't love you like the 80s do.
Oh, there you go, yeah. I kind of meant that.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
90s don't love you like the 80s do.
That's right. Because the 90s never really came back.
Oh, I was doing a freeze frame. Dang it. All right, good. Good, we did it.